Hey everybody, we're out here in the woods where Josh usually hunts. You guys saw those videos of us going out getting, shooting lanes and stuff all set. Well, out now he's got to pull down. I got out of the truck. I was like, babe, where are you? He's like, I'm up here.
I'm up here. It's end of the season. Time to take down tree stands.
So, and it is mid-January and there's no snow on the ground here, and which is wild in Michigan for mid-January, but there isn't. But I am going to get dressed like it is Antarctica because I don't like to be cold. Just to show you, it looks like I just called it field diarrhea, but we just drove out and all the mud on the thing. I was like, man, it looks like field diarrhea. I don't know what else to call it. I'm ridiculous when it comes to this. So, gonna get on my jacket quick. And then, yeah, we're gonna go kind of look for some sheds. And I don't know if you guys know what shed hunting is. So this time of year, the deer start losing their antlers. Grown up, I didn't know deer all lost their antlers once a year. Like, what? What? They fall off and they regrow them every freaking year. Like, what? So when you go shed hunting, you go and you look for the sheds that they have dropped, because literally they will all of a sudden go and their whole antler sets will fall off. I think the whole thing's fascinating. The other day we were just hanging out. Josh is talking about this whole thing, and I'm like, the process that every year these deer literally drop these antlers, they go through winter with nothing on their head, and then they grow those things back. It's pretty wild. And they go through a stage of velvet, so they're soft inside and they have this literal velvety stuff on the outside, and then it hardens and the velvet comes off, and they itch them because they get itchy, and it's like they heal, kind of like get a scab and they harden and stuff. It's wild. I know. I'm just mesmerized by this whole dang thing. But so Josh has taken down his tree stands.
Ready?
Some of them just taking
That's how Josh takes down the tree stand.
Just taking the seats off of some of them and such, and not taking the whole contraption down on all of them. But so that's what we're doing. We're just gonna walk around out here and look for some sheds. It's a little early for shed, but they are dropping them. Who knows? I don't even know what I'm looking for. I feel like I'm looking for what looks like a stick, and I'm probably not going to be able to find any. So what questions do you guys have for us? We're just going to be live for a while we're out here doing this randomness. And I don't know how many of you guys are hunters or do this sort of thing. I've gone out hunting before years ago. I have not gone out with Josh yet, actually, because, hold on.
Sorry.
Yeah.
While you're walking around, if you want to get on that deer trail you're on right there,
Yeah.
walk these trails down through here, look for sheds, because there could be sheds anywhere through here. This is where they bed. They bed on this hillside.
This is where they bed, he's telling me. And so he said just walk along, because I'm kind of on a little path that is worn. I don't know if it's worn is the right word, but you can definitely tell that there's openings. So I guess you can see it better. So like right there is a very distinct trail. And so that's more than likely where the sheds are going to be. I would be so ecstatic if you guys were on with me right now and we found a shed. But so yeah, when I was younger, I dated a guy who was a hunter, and I went and got all the hunting stuff. I'm totally gonna, I will be the hunting girlfriend and everything, but I hate the cold. Really hate the cold. I love snow, hate the cold. So I think you do a lot of stuff when you're younger to pretend you have interest in things to, I don't know, when you're dating. And I don't have to do that, you know, now. And it's kind of a life lesson. I think we learn that I don't have to pretend I'm into something. I do enjoy coming out here and being in the woods, and I love this whole, I don't know, as we learn about deer, I'm so mesmerized by them. But I don't have to come sit in the freezing cold for 6 hours for Josh to love me. And that's wonderful. Found a golf ball. There's a guy that comes out and hits golf balls out here. We're in the middle of a huge fields this year. I think they did soybeans this year, if I'm remembering from when we came out in the end of summer kind of time. And yeah, I guess it's a good place, open place to just hit golf balls if you don't care about losing all your golf balls. But how many of you guys hunt? Do any of you hunt? Oh, why would there be killing? It's not deer season. It's not season to kill anything. We're shed hunting. Shed. So we find their dropped antlers. No, I would never, I would preface any video if we ever posted like Josh hunting and stuff. We would always preface to make sure, because there are people that don't like hunting. I grew up not liking it, not understanding why you hunt, and the deer population would be far overrun, and you would have very sick deer. You would have, it would not be good. So it is a crop, and it is managed by hunting, and understanding all of that has been a huge education for me. And it's been, we eat probably 80% venison. So we eat everything. It provides food for our families and is a very healthy, we know where our meat's coming from, and, all the same things every hunter says. But no, Josh is a very, very ethical hunter. I like animals more than I do people. Agreed. But I don't want these animals to get sick, and I don't want them to get overpopulated and disease and things that you get when there's too many. So I get the whole process, and he will not just shoot. I saw some people post in deer this year. Excuse me, but it's cold and I'm drippy. To hear details of hunting. Some people were killing, small ones this year. Like, you don't shoot a year-old buck. That's not helping anything. You need to allow them to grow and to repopulate new, and then you can move to the next deer. But he has the coolest, he has trail cams all over out here, and he has a 3-legged buck. And he's the coolest thing, and I'm like, you will not kill that buck because he has 3 legs. And the cool thing about deer that I never knew, so if they're injured on one side of their body, their antlers grow differently on the alternating. So let's say a right rear leg, which is the case with this one, is injured, you get your antler on the left side grows different the next year. Like wild. I mean, this is stuff I've learned this year. So I think it's cool to learn about different things. And especially, so like in the funeral business, what I love is I kind of need to have a little bit of education on a million different things, because you encounter every walk of life, every type of person, every type of scenario and interest and hobby. And it's really fun to be able to have a conversation, even if it's a short one, about all of it. And so, being able to talk to somebody about deer hunting or about, camo patterns. I used to work at Bass Pro Shop. When I went to mortuary school down in Cincinnati, I worked at Bass Pro Shop. I sold camouflage to all these hunters who would come in and spend $500, not even blink, to buy all this new camo stuff that had come out, you know, the year that I worked there. And I was mind blown by how easily people, they're just like, oh, yep, okay, I'll go drop all this money because I think this will help me be a better hunter. And I have a friend, and she's like, yeah, I went out with my boyfriend hunting this year, and you know, he's like, make sure you don't use soap, and make sure you don't use shampoo, and make sure you don't have perfume on, and blah blah blah, because that's really gonna affect it. And she's like, oh, well, when you got that big buck at the beginning of the season, I had on my lotion and I had showered. And she's like, so I guess that didn't really matter. And he's like, oh. So some things matter so much to hunters. Love it. Love it, love it. But yeah, it is really nice to be able to talk to people about their interests. And hunting people are just, they're diehard when it comes to it. Like it is a lot of energy and expense, and it's pretty wild. So eventually Josh would like to go do a huge hunt out west somewhere, you know, go to Wyoming or Montana, something, and do a big game hunt, because that's kind of just on his bucket list of dreams. So yeah, and we're back. I'm just kind of wandering. I have no idea what Josh is. No, I'm probably gonna get lost out here, who knows. But I just found, this is the tree stand that I was sitting in. I think maybe it's not the one. No, it's facing the wrong direction. So this must be another one that we hadn't seen at the beginning of season. But yeah, I think tomorrow night we're going to do our vision board for the year. Me and my girls already did our vision board. So vision boards are super easy to do. I had a lot of you say, how do you do a vision board? So I buy a piece of foam core board. We get out markers. We write the year 2023 at the top, and we start writing words that will encourage us through the year. You know, joy, love, friendships. We write things that we want to accomplish this year. And to us, every year we put more and more and more. I have over 50 things on my vision board this year, and you know, 2 years ago I had like 12. And I've realized you can't limit your dreaming. You can't limit anything that you know, put on the vision board. Like, why limit it? Just dream big and put on there. If you want a new car, okay, put a new car. See what happens during that year. If you want to make a certain amount of money, or if you want to travel to a certain place, or if you want to do whatever, just put it down. So Josh and I are going to do ours tomorrow night, and maybe we'll jump on and go live while we're doing that. So, and see what things you guys think we should put on there. So right now I'm just out in this field. It's kind of just a swampy field. The deer bed down in here quite a bit, which I would think is why some of this is packed down in so much. I'm like half waiting for a deer to like pop up and run or something. It's kind of weird out here. But yeah, and the road is right there, is a main road. So it's kind of an interesting piece of property out here. But yeah, just wanted to come out, and while we're walking around, I'll post pictures if we get any sheds. Oh yeah, not shed hunting, like a backyard shed. I would love to find a deer antler that has dropped. It would be so fun. There was a TikTok video that someone shared, a Ring camera video from their home. A moose dropping antlers stopped right in front of their Ring camera, literally stood there for like 30 seconds, shook its head quick, and they're huge antlers. You know, moose are so big, and dropped their moose antlers. And that would be just wild to have in your front yard, these huge old moose antlers. So that would be pretty amazing to see. And I don't even know. I mean, I know what an antler looks like, but everything on the ground looks like antlers. So I could probably have walked over 20 of them and have no clue. My outfit, oh my gosh, I'm dressed for like Antarctica. Hold on, let me find a good tree branch so I can prop it and I'll show you guys. I dressed like we were gonna be out here for, you know, days, and I don't do cold at all. I hate cold. So I was like, all right, I need everything you got. And Josh is out here in like jeans and a hoodie. Oh, all right, can you guys see? And I have on just camo overall stuff too. So yeah, that's what I'm doing with my earrings. I just saw I have earrings. I'm like the snazzy shed hunter out here. Hold on, I'm gonna yell for him. Babe, where are you? I've lost him. I have no idea. I don't think I've walked that far, but maybe. I don't know. So it's a beautiful day to be out here. It's kind of nice to be out here. I don't know if I can get enough vitamin D from this amount of sunshine, but man, send it over. I get super vitamin D deficient in the winter and take an insane amount of vitamin D for about 3 years in a row. I went to the doctors and they tested me for like mono and thyroid and all this stuff because I was so lethargic. They finally came back and said, you just get so deficient in winter of vitamin D because Michigan will have weeks of no sunshine and it just kills us here. So it's crazy. But yeah. Hey everybody, thank you for hopping on. I know this is not the most exciting thing, but thought we would just jump on and do a little video. Lost my boyfriend here in the woods. Babe! Not a clue. Not a clue. No idea where Josh is. He is taking down some tree stand stuff, and I am looking for deer antlers to no avail. Currently, none. I would like to do some projects if I could find some and make some things for like at his house and everything. That would be fun. A little crafting with the deer antlers. But yeah. Well, thanks guys for walking with me for a little bit as I'm snotting everywhere. They fall off in full pieces. Full antler. They literally just fall off right at the skull. Boop. Like a tooth. Just comes right off. And this is the time of year they drop them and they may just like shake their head a little and off they come. So it is a whole piece antler. So a lot of times you find like the littler bucks drop theirs. Those you find more, it seems like, than the big ones because they may lose those off the beaten path. Older mature deer are harder to hunt, and so are their sheds because they're smarter, and you know they get older for a reason. There's a huge one on a property near here. We're looking at, we call it deer porn. I call it deer porn because Josh gets so excited looking at, trail cam pictures of deer. And there's a picture from one person's trail cam of this kind of mature buck. Yeah, where are you? Okay, I'll head that way. Of this mature buck, about a 3-year-old buck, which seems like that wouldn't be very mature, but 3 to 5 is kind of an older deer. And so like one day the deer's walking normal, and a few days later into deer season, there's a picture of that same deer. You can tell by the rack on someone else's trail cam, a property over, and one of its legs is missing. Its hind leg right below the knee is gone. So either more than likely got shot off, or that kind of an injury, it's hard to tell, but it might have gotten hit, but that would be a weird that only its back leg got hit. Looks fine, except it was a little thinner. So we'll see if it makes it through winter, hoping it does, but it's also going to be, you know, in winter, they don't have the racks to help if they get into a fight or to get into something. And so with 3 legs, it might be more prey, may, you know, go after it a little more or something. You got coyotes and everything out here, tons of coyotes. And so that could be a problem. Babe! I swear, he's like a ninja out here. I have no idea where he is. None. Not a clue. Not a clue. But coyote, tons of coyote. Coyote scare the poop out of me. If you've ever been outside and heard coyotes circling and yipping in, it is a terrifying sound, knowing that what they are doing is closing in on prey. And if you're out there, they might think that you are prey and come closing in. I am now not on the path, obviously, because I'm crawling under things here. So yeah, coyote, whoo, they're scary to me. I think I got a stick in my hair, but I'm gonna go find Josh and we're gonna go get this done. And if I find some sheds, I'll show them tomorrow night when we go live. So thanks, guys. Hope you guys have a great Sunday. It's beautiful here, so hopefully it's beautiful where you are. Bye.